Imagine standing in the scorching Arabian desert. The enemy outnumbers you more than 3 to 1. Their army is larger. Their weapons are better. Their warriors are stronger. Every calculation says you will lose. Yet by sunset, the impossible happens. Because on that day, the believers were not alone. On that day, the sky itself became part of the battlefield. It was the second year after the Hijra. The Muslims had left Mecca behind. They had sacrificed their homes, their businesses, their wealth. Many had left everything they owned simply because they believed in Allah. Now they lived in Medina. But Quraysh had not forgotten them, nor had they forgiven them. The tension between the two sides was growing with every passing month. One day, news reached Medina. A large Quraysh trade caravan was returning from Syria. The Muslims set out, hoping to intercept it, not expecting a major battle, not expecting a war, and certainly not expecting one of the most important days in Islamic history. Only 313 Muslims joined the expedition. Some shared camels. Many possessed little armor. Few had proper weapons. This was not an army prepared for a major confrontation. It was a small force traveling through the desert. Yet Allah had planned something much greater. As the Muslims advanced, unexpected news arrived. The caravan had escaped. But another force was coming, a much larger force. Quraysh had mobilized nearly 1,000 warriors from Mecca, their finest fighters, their strongest men, their most experienced commanders, and they were marching directly toward Badr. What began as a caravan interception had suddenly become a battle for survival. The Muslims stopped. A consultation began. This was no longer a small mission. This was war. Some companions spoke, others listened. Then one companion stood and declared, "If you command us to enter the sea, we will enter it with you." The army chose to move forward, together. As darkness covered Badr, silence settled across the desert. Many Muslims could not sleep. They knew the numbers, 313 against nearly 1,000. Every military calculation favored Quraysh. Fear entered hearts. Questions filled minds. Would tomorrow be their last day alive? That night, the Prophet, peace be upon him, turned to Allah. He raised his hands in dua, again and again, with complete sincerity, asking Allah for help, asking Allah for victory, asking Allah not to let this small community disappear from the earth. The prayer continued deep into the night. Then came a promise from Allah, a promise recorded forever in the Quran. Allah informed the believers that angelic support would be sent. The believers heard the words. But what would that support look like? Nobody knew. The battle had not yet begun. The sun rose over Badr. The desert transformed into a battlefield. Dust filled the air. Swords flashed. Spears collided. War cries echoed across the valley. The confrontation had begun. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the Muslims advanced. Every man knew the odds, yet they fought with remarkable courage. Something unusual was beginning to happen, something many would later remember for the rest of their lives. Reports began to emerge. Some companions described hearing sounds unlike anything they had heard before. Others reported seeing mysterious horsemen. Some enemies appeared to fall before a Muslim warrior even reached them. Confusion spread through the battlefield. Something extraordinary was taking place. Later reports from companions would describe white-clothed horsemen appearing during the battle. The descriptions varied, but the message remained consistent. The believers understood that Allah's promise had been fulfilled. What seemed impossible only hours earlier was becoming reality. The larger army began losing momentum. Its confidence faded. Its formation weakened. Fear spread among its ranks. The Muslims pushed forward. The battle was turning. By the end of the day, Quraysh had suffered a devastating defeat. Many of their most powerful leaders had fallen. The Muslims had achieved a victory nobody expected, not even they themselves. Badr was more than a military victory. It was proof that numbers do not determine outcomes. Weapons do not determine outcomes. Wealth does not determine outcomes. Success belongs to Allah, and when Allah wills something, nothing can stop it. More than 14 centuries later, the story of Badr still inspires millions, not because angels descended, not because a smaller army won, but because it reminds believers of something powerful. When you do everything within your ability and place your trust in Allah, the impossible can become possible.